Hey, good Friday morning, everybody. Meteorologist Greg Majestic back with you here in the North Georgia Majestic Weather Studios with the Weather Report, the North Georgia edition exclusively for you Facebook subscribers and YouTube members here on your June the 12th, 2026. It also happens to be Free Sampler Friday, so everybody gets a chance to take a look at our daily weather report and your opportunity to become a Facebook subscriber or a YouTube member to help our effort to build a professional 24-hour weather channel. And we do appreciate all our contributors here on the channel. All right, let's get you ready for the weekend, shall we? Let's go ahead and take a live look what's going on out there. It is a great looking start across Blairsville, Helen, Brazelton, Dahlonega. Everybody looking great. A lot of sunshine expected today. It's going to be another steamer. It's definitely a bit humid outside if you haven't been outside already. And we're setting up for a pretty good day. So let's go ahead and start our tour around from different camera sites here. Again, overlooking Helen, Georgia. Very nice. Got a few clouds over the mountains, but looking pretty good there up in Helen. And over in Athens, looking good there at the UGA campus with abundant sunshine. A little hazy outside to begin the morning. The Dahlonega sunrise, absolutely gorgeous there over the UNG campus. Looking very nice indeed. And over there in Dalton near the train depot there, seeing the sunshine coming up, just a few high clouds over there. And over in Sky Valley, also looking very nice up there in extreme northeast Georgia with abundant sunshine. All right, let's look at our current surface map. We've got some showers and thunderstorms back off toward our north, up toward Kentucky, coming into Tennessee. And that frontal system is coming down late today, might sneak in a potential for some severe weather for you folks across extreme north Georgia. Now, I'm not expecting a big deal for you folks. I'm expecting maybe an isolated storm or two that may be on the hefty side. It really kind of depends on the timing. But we're going to be watching it pretty closely. But it's not bad outside. We got 66 degrees up there in Blairsville. There's Canton checking at 74. Looks like Calhoun checking in at 73. So it's a warm start across our area here for this morning. Satellite picture showing those hefty thunderstorms there as they're kind of in a weakening stage right there. When they're kind of losing their color like that, you can kind of tell that they're losing their punch a little bit. But with the daytime heating, they'll reinvigorate themselves. We'll see some more showers and storms get undergoing here. We have had a couple of changes in the model runs, just to give you guys a heads up, where I think we're going to be a little drier next week, not as wet as what we originally were looking at, as I think our frontal system is going to sink further south of us. So, and you can clearly see this on the excessive rain outlook. So this is for today. This is anticipation. Obviously, we may get a hefty thunderstorm to come across. Maybe. Again, we're talking after 6 o'clock. This will be for this evening, okay? And so we're looking at that chance. Look what happens here with the rainfall. Again, this is only a 5% chance there, by the way. There is for tomorrow, just extreme northwest Georgia. You see the yellow up there in Tennessee. Here's Sunday's coming into Georgia, but you notice the yellow over there toward Mississippi. That's the better chance for the heavier rain. And by the time we get into Monday, and it's shifting down to the south. So we're getting kind of a glancing blow here. And then on Tuesday, it's way down to the south, down toward the Gulf Coast. So we thought this might set up over us. So the front's going to shift a little bit further south. But the good news is we're going to have some very nice weather, guys. I'm telling you, the temperatures going in, especially for some of you guys up across North Georgia mountains and everything, looking pretty good, especially on Tuesday and Wednesday morning. You're going to stick around. You got to check these out. They're looking very nice indeed. So again, we do have that severe element here for today. So we're talking about extreme North Georgia. This will be updated here a little bit later this morning. I'll post the update just to see if they make any changes here after we get past 8 o'clock this morning. But 8:30 typically. But you see the slight risk there coming from Rabun County all the way over there, just south of Chattanooga, right through there. Here's your level 1. So this is our level 1. This is our level 2. So again, strong gusty winds will be the big thing. Lightning, maybe some small hail. Brief heavy rain, but again, not everybody's going to see this, folks. Okay, most of y'all, I think, is going to miss it. So we'll watch it closely, and if it does warrant severe weather coverage, we will do it here for tonight. So we'll keep a watchful eye on this all day. All right, let's go look at our local radar. Again, we're quiet out there for this morning. No problems for you folks heading into work. And it is a muggy start, to say the least, out there. Again, we got 68 over there in LJ, 69 there in Hiawassee. There's 73 in Gainesville, 72 in Canton. So 74 down in Atlanta. So it's a very balmy start here, to say the least, here across our area. All right, so let's go ahead and look at our model data here. We're going to take a look here at the rapid refresh model here. I'm going to go ahead and step you through this here through the weekend. It's going to take us all the way through into Monday. So this is an 84-hour loop here. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look. Again, this model is not showing all that impressive stuff. You see a few of these storms coming in at 4 o'clock, starting to bubble up here. I think that's a little bit fast, but we'll watch it with some of these storms. Again, the frontal system, there it is right back up here. as we get toward 8, 9 o'clock. You see that stuff up there in North Carolina. We'll watch and see if anything sneaks across. It really does fall apart as we lose the daytime heating, so I'm not overly concerned. It'll be interesting to see if the Storm Prediction Center makes any adjustments on that or not. It is warm and steamy this time of year. So, again, you see the hefty storms there at midnight up there across Tennessee. Does it sneak into North Georgia? That's going to be the question mark. But, as it goes away there. And then as we go into your Saturday, tomorrow, that's probably going to be the best-looking day of the 2 days, the way things are looking right now. There's your Saturday afternoon, not really showing much. I'm still keeping a slight chance in just because of the heat and the thunderstorms. You might get one that might pop up like the over Coleman there on Saturday afternoon. So Saturday's looking like the best day if you want to go to the lake or perhaps go to the pool. That's looking pretty good. Sunday should be the better chance for rain. I got the higher rain chances for us here going into Sunday. Although this particular model is not picking up much there at all until late. You see some of that stuff coming into North Georgia with a frontal system here late in the day on Sunday. There's your storms there late on Sunday. So maybe we sneak by with most of the day on Sunday looking pretty good. You see the rain and storms there coming into late on Sunday, and this sinks off toward the south. And then as we get into the end of this run here, going into your Monday, again, you kind of see some unsettled weather here to the south. So, again, it doesn't look like it's going to be a washout weekend. You just need to plan accordingly for those afternoon showers and thunderstorms. All right, so let's look at the rainfall totals. Again, nothing widespread, but some localized heavy pockets here and there. You definitely will notice that, like up here at Hiawassee, see over an inch. There's some heavy rains down here. If you get up underneath one of these thunderstorms that pop up, you can get a quick inch plus of rain pretty easily. But again, nothing widespread here at the moment. So that's the rainfall total estimates taking us through to early Monday. Temperature-wise, let's look at this here for today and for tomorrow. Okay, so this is our high-resolution model data here. Again, this is at 5 o'clock. You see it's some pretty hot temperatures. You got 85 up in Clayton, but 92 down in Atlanta, 91 in Dalton, 92 in Athens. And we do have a little bit of humidity out there. So the feel-like temperatures, a little bit, but 98 in Washington, 97 in Elberton. All right, so it's not overly bad. In fact, it even drops. You notice that it's just coming up to just a few degrees. So the humidity's not over the top, but it will make it feel a little bit hotter out there. So just beware of that. And as we go in for tomorrow morning, as we go into the morning here, again, looking at your 6 o'clock, very similar to what we've seen here the last few mornings, mostly here in the 70s. For your afternoon highs and then our morning lows, and then your afternoon highs once again going in for tomorrow. Yeah, they're going to be pretty steamy. Still a lot of 90s out there for the afternoon. And then we'll see if we get any afternoon showers and thunderstorms. You see the color duration kind of change there a little bit. Depends on the timing on any of those afternoon thunderstorms. We'll have to watch there going into your Saturday. All right, let's look at the jet stream. I will tell you once again, folks, this jet stream for June standards remains very active, okay? Very active. You see it's a very active subtropical, a very active a northern jet here. Usually by the time we get into June and getting into July, it's shifting further north and settling down. But we continue to see this pattern where we're seeing these troughs come in here across the east. So with El Nino officially in effect, by the way, and that was issued yesterday, we're going to have to watch and see what impact it has on our overall weather pattern here for the summer. So that's going to be something to watch. But let me let this loop on through one more time here. And I'm going to take control here, so we're going to watch this again. We're going to be watching this trough that's going to be digging here going into next week. And this is a pretty decent trough here going into Tuesday. So we got a very nice trough here. See the subtropical through here. So this is going to cool us off. That's going to give us some nice temperatures, which you want to stick around for. I'm going to show you that here in a second. And that stays in place there through most of next week. Then it looks like after that, we start to ridge. So when that happens like this, when you see the ridging takes place in there, that's when we start to see things begin to warm up. So my guess is for the beginning and part of next week, we're below normal temperatures. And then going into the following weekend, we'll probably get back up in the heat here once again as that jet kind of shifts off to the north. Looks like we got a high pressure ridge here back over the southwest. So the jet's kind of going up to the north, going like that a little bit here. And then as we go to the tail end of this, we'll see what, again, maybe a little trophy there across the northeast. There's another trough out there on the west coast, but this is a very progressive, just a very progressive pattern for summer. Not bad at all. All right. Now, let's take a look here at the forecast here as far as the rainfall here across our area. One thing you're going to notice is this is shifting further south. So as we go into the weekend, all right, so you're going to see a little rain there. This is the European model. This is Sunday. Sunday we got the higher rain chance there on Sunday. But after Sunday, the rain chances back off, and the reason for that is because everything starts to shift to the south. See that going into Monday? That like we showed you there on the excessive rainfall outlook, looking down here. So we're going to keep a chance of rain in the forecast just because of the proximity of the front. But the main rain threat looks like it stays down to the south here, right through the middle of next week. Then it starts to come back north here as we go toward the end of the week. There's Thursday. We start getting the rain chances start to come back up at us here by the end of next week. There's Thursday afternoon looking a little wet. Rain chances do come back up by Thursday. And I'll show you my 7-day here in a second to kind of back that up. So that's how we're looking there. And then we'll see what happens as far as out in the tropics, because it looked like it was trying to build up something there out there in the tropics. We're going to watch there toward the end there, but not really showing up on there. But there was something weak that was trying to show up down here on the end of that run. But we're going to watch that closely. But right now, June's a relatively quiet time for the tropics. All right. Now, speaking of that, we are watching one thing out there as far as the tropics are concerned. It is down there in the Bay of Campeche. This moisture is still slated to kind of move up into Texas. Still going this way if it goes. Still showing about a 10% chance there for any kind of development out there. I'll switch over to the satellite picture so you kind of see what's going on there with the satellite imagery here. Let me get that switched over here real quick. See if it'll let me do it. No, I'm not gonna let me do it. All right. So anyway, you see that 10% chance right through there. It's very discombobulated. These are the remnants of Christina over in the Pacific, and not expected to become a big deal. Well, if it changes, of course, we're going to keep you updated, but I'm not overly concerned about that for right now. All right. Now let's go back here to the model data here as we look at the rainfall 7-day totals here. Again, not over the top, 1 to 2 inches here, favoring the northwest zones. So we're going to continue to chip away at the drought conditions. I got to add a drought map to this presentation. I have not done that yet. I will do so. This new app I have does not show the drought, so I have to use a different source for it. But I will tell you that the extreme and exceptional drought has dropped from 24%, that's your level 3, level 4, down to 7. It's made a huge difference here. We're tripping away at the drought, and if this continued weather pattern continues, I think we say goodbye to the drought by July. For the most part, I think it'll be gone by July. All right, now let's take a look at our temperatures here through the weekend. Again, on your Sunday, we looked at Friday and Saturday. Here's Sunday, depending on when the rain show up. Obviously, you can see where the temperatures are cooler because of rain, like the northeast here, down in here. It's hotter back to the west, in the 90s. So it really kind of depends on when that rain comes in on Sunday. Obviously, we got a higher rain chance there on Sunday. And I want to show you some of these lows, guys. These are going to just blow your mind here. So you see the low 60s up there in North Georgia on Monday morning. That's not bad. We're seeing 60s, okay? We've been stuck in the 70s here for a while. So you can start feeling there on Monday. Monday afternoon highs, obviously we got cloudy or rain around. We got temperatures staying here in the 70s here on the European. But look at this Tuesday morning, man. Look at this. Here's the 5 o'clock temperatures. These are nice. Not bad by June standards. 58, 54, 58. There's a 61. I mean, these are going to feel quite comfortable. So we get a little break from the humidity and some comfortable temperatures. Your Tuesday afternoon, again, not bad, not overly hot. A lot of 70s, 80s. We'll think about those 90s, that's for sure. Here's your Wednesday morning once again. Still looking cool, nice, comfortable. There's 52. There's 56, 58. I mean, just very, very comfortable across our area for a couple days next week. Then we'll see things begin to warm back up. Obviously, the rain chances start come back up as we get past Wednesday. We're warming back up. Here's the middle upper 80s coming back at us here. Going into your Thursday morning, obviously here come the 70s, moisture comes back. So we got a couple of nice days. Enjoy Tuesday and Wednesday, and then we're right back to where we are right now, going into Thursday morning, pretty warm there. And there's your afternoon highs as we go into your Thursday, getting back in there. There's 91 back in Athens by 2 o'clock. So we got the warm weather coming back at us here next week, and then overnight lows, once again back in the 70s, and next Friday's highs, once again. Rain chances come back up as we go to the end of next week. So obviously the temperatures back off as a result of that. Now, climate outlook, based off what we're seeing here, right now they kind of got us at normal, which I guess is okay if you really take into account where we're kind of heading here. This is, again, going from the 17th to the 21st, but it does shoot us to above normal there, going later in the period. And based off the ridging I'm seeing there on the European, that looks reasonable to me, 19th to the 25th. As far as the precipitation chances, that continues to stay on the high side. That's the good news here across the south as we continue to chip away at the drought conditions there. And there it is going a little bit later, going in from the 19th to the 25th. So we're going to continue with the chances of rain and some wet weather in there going here through the next couple of weeks. And we'll continue to chip away at the drought. And I will make sure I add that graphic back in here. As again, this is for those who don't know, this is a complete rebuild that we've done. And I really like the presentation here. Very easy for me to interact and kind of go in and show y'all everything that's going on. So today we're going to be watching, again, those showers and storms up there toward the north. We'll see if that's going to have any impact on our forecast. And speaking of that forecast, here's the 7-day here for the weekend. I forgot about this. I'm keeping a slight chance in the forecast for today. Better chance going into tonight for those extreme northern counties if we get a storm to come across, but low 90s, and then we back it off. Look at it, Gainesville, I've only got 80 for Tuesday, 66, and limited rain chances on Tuesday and Wednesday. I mean, if the European verifies out, I'm waiting till we get a little bit closer. That may even come off completely. So we'll see what happens there. But I do know the rains do come back at us going into Thursday and Friday of next week. So I'll be updating that forecast a little bit later for you guys here for today. And again, I appreciate you guys checking us out. And like I said, if it does warrant, I'll keep a watchful eye on it. If it looks like we may have a couple of sneaky, severe thunderstorms to get in here, we will do a live broadcast on YouTube and over on Facebook again, if it's warranted. All right, that's y'all's update. Y'all be good, stay safe, and you guys have a great and safe weekend. We'll see you back in here on Monday. You guys take it easy. Bye-bye.